Let's explore Belgian beer styles to learn and take a virtual tour. Chelsea and I have had the amazing opportunity to explore Belgium and even visit some of these breweries firsthand. We're mixing our own adventures and snapshots with a few gems that are historically significant to the beer culture.
Clearly, we are not currently in Belgium. Thus, our little beer explorers will be represented by some very beerlicious Liz and Chelsea's. But look how happy we are with our beautiful foam boobies. Kicking us off on this adventure, we're going to explore Trappist ales. We're going to go to 3 different notable monasteries, also known as abbeys, to talk about them. First one is Chimay Abbey in Hainaut area, Orval Abbey in Luxembourg, and Westvleteren Abbey in West Flanders. The mouthfeel of a Trappist is going to be medium to full. The colors varies widely, from golden to dark brown. Malt character is a rich, often fruity and sweet. But interestingly enough, often there's no fruits used. It's actually the yeast strains giving the lovely fruity flavors. Hop character is going to be, a little bit mild to moderate. Bitterness is going to be low to medium. All those malts are going to really help kind of offset that bitterness. ABV is going to be a lovely 6 to 10%, so get ready to have a good time. Some unique aspects about the Trappist beers is they're often brewed strong and with a lot of complex flavors. Local ingredients used in them is often the grains, and a lot of times they actually use water from the wells from the monasteries. An interesting historical fact is the Trappist destinations is protected, and there are only 14 monasteries worldwide that are authorized to label their beer as a Trappist.
Quadruple. Though it's not tied to a specific location, quadruples are closely associated with Trappist breweries. Most notably, the Westvleteren 12. Most quadruples have a full and rich mouthfeel. They are dark amber to deep brown. They are very rich with complex fruit and spice notes. Their hop character is low to moderate. Bitterness, low to medium, with an ABV of 9 to 12%. The quadruple is the strongest of the Trappist beers, rich and full-bodied. They use local ingredients, dark malts, and sometimes specialty sugars. A historical fact about the term quadruple was that it was coined by the Dutch brewery La Trappe to describe their strongest ale.
I was very happy to be touring over to the lambic world, since they are my favorite type of beer. The origin of lambics is in Pajottenland, which is a region southwest of Brussels. The mouthfeel is light to medium. The color is pale to ambers. You can get a whole spectrum going on. Malt character is subtle, with little background notes happening. Hop character is going to be very, very low. A lot of times there'll be aged hops used for more preservation, but not necessarily bitterness, more just to make sure that because it's a lower ABV and that 5 to 7%, they need the extra hops to help it preserve and last longer. And the bitterness is going to be low. Unique aspects are going to be spontaneous fermentation with the wild yeasts. This leads to a very distinct sour taste and often flavors that you're not going to be able to exactly recreate again because they came from the air. Local ingredients are going to be unmalted wheat and aged hops, and are going to contribute to its unique profile. Historical facts coming up about lambic beers is lambic brewing dates back to the 13th century, making it one of the oldest beer styles still in production.
And now we're off to the land of Saison. Quote, "In a country where there was once more breweries than churches, you will find in Wallonia Lambic, Goes, Saison, Abbey, and Trappist, one for every mood. We're traveling to Wallonia to drink some Saisons." Specifically, we'll check out the Saison de Silly from Brasserie de Silly. Saisons are typically a medium to highly carbonated mouthfeel. They are pale gold to amber. Their malt character is moderate, sometimes with a slight sweetness. They also have a moderate and can be a spicy or floral hop character with a medium bitterness. Their ABV is 5 to 8%. A unique aspect is they're originally a seasonal farmhouse ale, and they are known for their fruity and spicy flavors. Oftentimes, varieties of local farm-grown ingredients, including spices, are of the local variety. A fun fact about saisons is that they were traditionally brewed in the winter for consumption by farm workers during the summer.
For the Dubel, we're going to mosey on to the Westmalle Abbey in Antwerp. Monastery is going to be credited with creating the modern Dubel. And again, this could be a Trappist monastery. Mouthfeel of Dubels are going to be medium to full. Color is dark amber to brown. They have a very rich and dark fruit flavors for their malt character. Dubels are going to have low hop character and low to medium bitterness. Their ABV is going to be a little bit higher. It's going to be one of those good old beers at 6 to 8%. Some unique aspects about them is they're dark malty with hints of dark fruit. Yum! Local ingredients utilized to make these Dubels are caramelized sugar or molasses for sweetness and for color. And a historical fact for these lovely Dubels was the term Dubel was first used in the early 20th century to describe a stronger beer version.
Westmalle Abbey is credited with creating the first modern Tripel. Tripels have a medium and can be somewhat creamy mouthfeel. Their color is deep gold to pale amber. They have a noticeably sweet, sometimes honey-like flavor, and they have a moderate and balancing malt to their hop character. Bitterness is medium. ABV is higher at 8 to 10%. They are a strong pale with a balance of malt sweetness and hop bitterness. Local ingredients include light-colored malts. Some use sugar to increase alcohol without adding sweetness. Fun fact about the Tripel is that the name likely originated from the brewing process that tripled the amount of malt.
On the last stop on my beer adventure, I'm going to stop by the Hoegaarden in Flemish Bierband to explore the Belgian white ale, also known as a wit beer. The mouthfeel of the wit beer is going to be light to medium and a very, very smooth. The color is going to be very pale straw to a light golden color. Malt characteristics is going to be soft, weedy, often with a slight creaminess to it. And it has a very low hop character, sometimes with a hint of more of like a citrus or a spice from its additives that's added into the brew. Kind of low bitterness, relatively low ABV at 4.5 to 5.5%. Some of the more unique aspects about the wit beer is it's cloudy and light colored. It's spiced with coriander and orange peel. Some local ingredients being used, unmalted wheat and sometimes even oat. And we're going to hit you with a historical fact that wit beers nearly vanished by the 1950s, but it was revived by Pierre Celis in the 1960s. We almost lost the wit beers. It would have been devastating, but we didn't. Thanks, Pierre.
The Flanders Red Ale, found in West Flanders, particularly around the city of Roeselare, and most notably the Rodenbach Brewery. Flanders Red Ales have a medium mouthfeel with a tart acidity. They are reddish-brown in color. Their malt character is a sweetness balanced by sour notes. The hop character is low, and the bitterness is low because the sourness is more prominent. Their ABV is typically around 5 to 6.5%. What's fun is that they are a sour, reddish-brown ale aged in oak barrels. Often, local ingredients include a unique microflora of the region, and that contributes to the Flanders Ale's sour character. A fun fact about the Flanders Red Ale is that the style's aging process in oak barrels dates back to the 17th century, influenced by winemaking techniques. What a magical tour! Belgium offered us a variety of beer styles, each one more captivating than the last.
We sure covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and we didn't even have to spend an entire day recovering from jet lag.